Hello, my little dreamers. Are you all tucked in and ready for a wonderful story? Good. Today, we're going to travel far, far away past the twinkling stars to meet two very special friends. Our story is called The Little Rabbit on the Moon and Archie. Let's begin, shall we? You know, when you look up into the deep, dark night sky, what's the biggest, brightest thing you see? That's right, the moon. It hangs up there like a giant glowing pearl. Have you ever wondered who might live on that big, shiny moon? Could it be a family of sleepy starlings? Or maybe it's a secret castle for the star fairies. It's such a magical thought, isn't it? Well, let's journey up there together and see who we can find. Okay, hold on tight. Let's imagine we're floating up, past the fluffy white clouds, past the little twinkling stars, all the way to that beautiful glowing moon. Here we are. It's so peaceful and quiet up here, isn't it? The ground is covered in soft, silvery dust that sparkles. This is where our story begins. Living right here on this quiet, silvery moon is a very special little rabbit. Her name is Mian Mian. Oh, she is just the fluffiest rabbit you've ever seen. Her fur is as white as freshly fallen snow, and her long ears twist this way and that. She lives in a cozy little burrow, but it's not made of dirt. Oh no. Her house is carved from a moonbeam, and it shimmers and glitters with all the colors of the rainbow whenever a star passes by. Now, Mian Mian has something that makes her the happiest rabbit in the whole universe. Just outside her shimmery house is a giant farm. But these aren't just any old carrots. Mian Mian's carrots are made of pure moonlight. They are a beautiful, glowing golden color, and they are the crunchiest, sweetest, most delicious carrots you could ever imagine. Every single morning, she hops out of her house, looks at her rows and rows of glowing carrots, and her little heart just fills up with so much joy. But one morning was different. The moon felt a little colder, a little less bright. Mian Mian woke up, stretched her long, floppy ears, and hopped outside, ready to greet her beautiful carrots with a happy good morning. But when she got to her farm, she stopped. Her little nose stopped twitching. Her fluffy white tail stopped wiggling. Something was terribly, terribly wrong. She blinked her big, dark eyes once, then twice. She even rubbed them with her soft little paws, thinking she must still be dreaming a sleepy time dream. But it wasn't a dream. Her beautiful farm was just gone. Where were all of her golden, glowing carrots? What could have happened to them? There was nothing there but empty, silvery soil. Not a single golden carrot top was peeking out. Mian Mian's little voice trembled as she whispered, My farm is gone. My carrots, they've all disappeared." A big lump formed in her throat, and her heart felt so heavy, like a little moon rock was sitting right inside her chest. She felt so sad and all alone. And then a little tear welled up in her eye, and another. Soon, big, sad tears began to roll down her fluffy white cheeks. But these weren't ordinary tears. Because she was on the moon, her tears were like little shimmering pearls. And as they fell from her eyes, they didn't just splash on the ground. No, they floated right off the edge of the moon and began a long, slow journey, tumbling down, 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 through the deep, velvety, star-filled sky, all the way to the world below. And as those shiny pearl tears fell through space, someone very special down on Earth was about to find one. Let's leave the sad little rabbit for just a moment and travel down to a bright, sunny backyard on Earth, where a boy named Archie is about to make a wonderful discovery. Here he is. This is Archie. Archie was a boy who loved to notice little things. He could spend a whole afternoon just watching ants march in a line, or seeing how a flower opened up to the sun. And on this day, he was crouched down in the soft green grass, watching a tiny red ladybug with black spots as it crawled ever so slowly up a blade of grass. "Where are you going, little friend?" he whispered. And just as the ladybug reached the very tip of the grass blade, plink, something cool and wet landed right on the end of Archie's nose. He blinked in surprise. He looked up at the sky. It was a beautiful blue, with a big, happy sun shining down. There wasn't a single rain cloud anywhere. That's funny, he thought. He carefully touched the drop with his finger. It didn't feel like rain. It felt a little bit salty, and it seemed to shimmer with a magical silvery light. Archie looked at the shimmering drop on his finger, and then he looked way, way up in the blue sky where he knew the moon was hiding during the day. And suddenly, his eyes grew wide with an amazing idea. "I know what this is," he exclaimed. It's a tear from the moon." His heart gave a little squeeze. That meant someone way up there was feeling very, very sad. And Archie, being the kind and wonderful boy that he was, knew he couldn't just stand there. "Someone needs help," he said to the ladybug, "and I'm going to help them." Now, what do you do when someone is sad? Archie thought for a moment. You give them a hug, of course. But what else? You share something sweet and cheerful. And Archie knew just the thing. He ran inside and came up with Archie's awesome pudding plan. First, he would get his amazing hot air balloon ready. Second, and this was the most important part, he would make the biggest, wobbliest, most delicious caramel pudding in the entire world. And third, he would fly all the way to the moon to share it. So, Archie got to work. He carefully placed the giant, wiggling, jiggling pudding into the basket of his colorful hot air balloon. Then, with a mighty whoosh of warm air, the balloon began to rise. It floated off the ground, lifting Archie and his sweet surprise higher and higher. They sailed up through the puffy white clouds, which felt like giant cotton balls, and soon the blue sky turned into a deep, dark purple, filled with millions of sparkling, twinkling stars. With a gentle bump, the balloon's basket touched down on the soft, silvery ground of the moon. It was so still and quiet. Archie carefully climbed out, holding his pudding, and then he heard it, a tiny, sad sound. Hiccup, sniffle, sob. It was very quiet, but Archie listened carefully with his kind heart. He followed the little sound, walking softly across the sparkling moon dust. He followed the sound until he came to a clearing. And there, sitting all by herself, was a little white rabbit. It was Mian Mian, and her tiny shoulders were shaking as she cried her pearly tears. But Archie noticed something else. The farm wasn't exactly empty. It was covered by something enormous and white and fluffy. What could it be? What do you think was covering her farm? Archie walked over very gently so he wouldn't scare her. "Hello," he said in a soft voice. "My name is Archie. I think one of your tears landed on my nose." Mian Mian looked up, her eyes all red from crying. "Oh," she sniffled, "I'm crying because my whole farm was stolen." Archie looked at the giant fluffy thing, and then he looked back at Mian Mian, and a little smile appeared on his face. "I don't think it was stolen," he said kindly. "Look closer. It's not a monster. It's just a big, sleepy cloud. It's using your farm as a pillow." A sleepy cloud? Could it be true? With the mystery finally solved, Mian Mian's little face started to change from sad to surprised and then to happy. And now it was time for the best part of the story, the part where sadness turns into sweetness. Mian Mian wiped her tears and listened closely. And sure enough, she could hear a tiny sound coming from the big fluffy thing, a soft zzz. A little giggle escaped her lips. She tiptoed over to the sleepy cloud and gave it a gentle nudge with her paw. "Excuse me, Mr. Cloud," she whispered. The cloud grumbled a little, stretched, and then slowly floated up and away. And underneath, oh, there they were, rows and rows of her beautiful, golden, glowing carrots, all perfectly safe and sound. Oh, Mian Mian was so happy she did a little bunny hop right there on the spot. She turned to Archie with the biggest smile you've ever seen on a rabbit. She ran right up and gave him a big, fluffy hug. "Oh, thank you, Archie," she chirped. "You flew all the way here to help me. You are my big hero." Archie hugged her back, feeling warm and happy all over. "You're welcome, Mian Mian," he said. "And speaking of sweet things, I brought something for you." He showed her the giant, wobbly, jiggly caramel pudding. So, right there on the silvery moon, surrounded by a field of glowing carrots, the two new friends sat down together. They shared the delicious pudding, spoonful by spoonful, and as they laughed and talked, they became the very best of friends in the whole wide universe. Isn't that a lovely story? It really shows us what it means to be a true friend, doesn't it? A true friend is someone like Archie, who notices when you're sad and does something kind to help. And a true friend is someone who shares their happiness to make your happiness even bigger. Because that's the magical thing about happiness, you know? It's not like a toy that you have less of when you share it. Happiness is more like a candle's flame. When you use your candle to light another, the light doesn't get smaller, it gets bigger and brighter. Just like Archie's pudding. The more they shared it, the sweeter and happier the whole moment became. And that makes me wonder, if you could take a hot air balloon to visit a friend who is feeling a little bit sad, what wonderful happy thing would you bring to share with them? It doesn't have to be a giant pudding. Maybe it's your favorite book, or a colorful drawing, or even just a big warm hug. Think about that for a little while. I hope you enjoyed our story tonight. Sleep tight, my little stargazers.